That was a pretty good claim track for me, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, okay. Hi, hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Shout out to the All Access Patreon members who are seeing this first. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already connected with me over on Patreon, it's completely free to join and you'll still get some perks. I'll occasionally drop a YouTube video there early, or I'll make a previously only accessible for the All Access members accessible for everyone. If a video is locked after I upload it to YouTube, it will be available for free on Patreon, plus it's ad free. However, if you are interested, there is an All Access membership tier you can purchase that gets you early access to all of my content. Depending on the video, they're usually about a month ahead of YouTube. Extended versions, exclusive live streams, official music videos, requested live performances, interviews, things that either can't be put on YouTube or have to be blurred for YouTube, more weighing on what I do next, things like that. All the information will be in the description below. If you are normally here for my Kendrick Lamar journey and journey into hip hop and rap, we are deviating a bit from that, and we are going to be doing Sabrina Carpenter's new album. Even though this dress is more short and sweet colored, I think this is one of the girliest things I've put on in years. I'm here to support the pop princess. So I'm really excited. I have not had any spoilers. I have been off of social media. It is Friday, August 29th morning. Came out at like midnight Eastern time, I believe, but I have not been on social media, so I have not had any spoilers. There is, I believe at this point, 2 music videos. I have tried so hard to stay away from it. I have actually not heard Manchild all the way through, nor have I seen the video. I have heard snippets of it on TikTok, so I am aware of, I believe that's the chorus, but I think that's about all I know. So that'll be new. And then I think there was also another music video dropped last night with the release. I haven't heard most of her earlier albums, just full transparency, all the way through. And then when I started this channel, I have held off because I honestly would love to go revisit them. I know some songs off of them. Like for example, I remember when Sue Me dropped, I think I heard that maybe like a week after it dropped, and I was like, I love this girl. So I've heard little bits throughout, but I haven't listened to the full albums. She's had quite a few different album cover variants. I do want to talk about the original one, which stirred up a lot of controversy. I don't know. I just feel like our media literacy these days are just on a downward spiral at all times. This is the infamous album cover. At first glance, I understand why the average person may be confused, but if you have listened to her music, I don't know why this would be shocking. That was just me personally, really leaned into this more performative artistic expression, but especially coming after Short and Sweet. I'll spare you the time. This may just have to be like a follow-up breakdown video perhaps, depending on, you know, how I feel about the album, but just a high level. You get a similar thing with Sabrina as far as like the narratives and how things are spun. There's similarities whenever you get into a certain level of celebrity and public figure status as a woman. I see her get accused a lot of infantilization, her baby doll. From everything I've seen her wear and stuff, like I've never seen anything that was like problematic personally, but that's just me. But I think as a blonde hair, blue eyes woman who likes a lot of color and glitter and really leaning into femininity while also claiming power from a sexual standpoint, she is a pop star that I don't think we've had in a while when it comes to sexual innuendos and this leaning in towards sexuality and freedom of expression from that front, and her own sexuality and exploring that in a very public way, which is a lot of time demonized by the public. And it's interesting because on one side, you have talking about these things is inherently pushing up against societal expectations. But then on the other side, leaning into sexuality and stuff then gets labeled as you're leaning into the male gaze. I think in some ways why she presents sometimes in a more male gaze way, that's the performance. The lyrics themselves, though, are exploring sexual freedom, embracing sexuality, and talking about things with this very blonde hair, blue eyes, seems super sweet and innocent look. And to me, that's the point. But that's just my take. I think from a performative standpoint, this is where nuance is important. Every day I feel like lose the ability to talk about nuance because the moment you bring up a nuance, I feel like there's a label placed upon that doesn't allow for further discussions. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. There may be things that I don't know. There may be takes that some people do have issues with. But to me, I look at this, 1, intention matters, and 2, I think we have to look at creative expression as, is this person doing something in a harmful way, or are they doing things to perhaps have conversations? And I think the moment that you see someone with a different opinion on something like this, for you to immediately label them as problematic because of their discussion of it does a disservice to everyone. Because if someone is actually having a problematic take, you're losing the ability to conversate. If they are not actually having a more problematic stance, labeling them as such because you didn't dig into the context or you don't understand the music. To me, first and foremost, I don't think you can truly judge this cover until you've heard the album. I just don't think you can, because the question is, what is the intention behind this pose? What is the intention behind Man's Best Friend? My anticipation of this album is going to be leaning into that sexual freedom. We know she loves her innuendos. We know that she loves to kind of shake things up from that perspective, but I also think there's going to be a layer of exploration with her own habits and relationships, whether that be with fame, whether that be with friends, whether that be with the romantic partners, in whatever capacity. But I think we are going to explore wanting to talk about sexual liberations and owning one's sexuality while also exploring how her own coping mechanisms and patterns in her own behaviors within the relationships within her life. So I think there is going to be exploration while also still leaning into that cheeky, witty humor that she has. And I won't be able to know for sure till I listen to the album, but I see this album cover more as performative and satirical more than anything else. And the fact that the immediate response was, oh, she's gone and leaned into it. And it's like, first, listen to the album. Second, a woman can hold multitudes. A woman can have duality. She can lean into this more sexual side and she can wear the clothes she likes to wear and still have this witty, satirical, and clever, humorous innuendos within her lyrics. Like, I fully expect that. It's a similar outcry to what you have with Taylor's engagement. There's a lot of people right now that are like, they feel like betrayed because in some of her music, she has said things like, this 1950s shit they want from me. In like the Bejeweled music video, Stepmother and the Cinderella aspect of it being like, oh, all a woman's purpose is to be married. And then you fast forward a couple years and now she's engaged and people feel betrayed about this. And it's like, she never said she didn't want it. She said that she doesn't like the societal expectations that are being placed upon it. And that's the only expectation. If that's something she wants, which throughout her discography, she said so, that's not to say that you can't change your mind, especially as you grow up and you get away from perhaps where you grew up, things like that. That's not to say that you couldn't change your mind about it. I 100% support that. But I also don't blame it if that is something that you want. I think the fact that people are rejecting that inherently is leaning into exactly what she was saying, but just from the opposite side. I saw a TikTok the other day that said something about, where's the girl that said, you'll do greater things than dating the boy on the football team? I'm sorry, did we just discredit 20 years of her career? She said 20 years of dominating has made strides and created lasting impact in the industry. My perspective is, I want every woman to be able to have what they want. If they want marriage, great. Never want to get married. If they never want to have children, if they want to have children, if they want to work, if they want to be a stay-at-home parent. The point is that the options are available to you and that you are able to do what it is that you want to do in equal measure. That's what I want. And I want that for all people. I want that for the LGBTQIA plus community. I want that for women. I want that for the marginalized communities. I want that for every person of every race, of every religion. Like, that's the point. I want it to be equal. And the only way to make it equal is if you have the right to choose what it is that you want. I also would like to say that while I don't personally have a problem with this cover, I know that there was also, and I don't know if it was with this particular cover or if it was for a magazine spread, I know there was also some controversy that people felt like images resembled things from a controversial book. Again, I think nuance is a part of this, and I think intentionality is. There are a lot of images out there in the world. Was she aware of it and made the conscious choice to lean into that? The creative directors, did the photographer, did they do this intentionally? Because at the end of the day, things can be coincidences. There are so many images out there, and like, I had never seen that image before. So when I saw Sabrina's image, I didn't think anything of it because I'd never seen Lolita. The first thing I thought of was that kind of like vintagey aesthetic where, the sprinkler, and it just made me think of like a California with like a vintage filter over it. Like, you know what I mean? People are entitled to their opinions, but I just think to automatically assume that she has just switched her entire brand is just, I don't know. I think like the whole thing is performative in the way that like that's the point. It's about the things that we put onto people. Like you wear a certain outfit and all of a sudden she puts this out and all of a sudden she's labeled like a trad wife and is setting back feminism. And it's like, what? And like that is the point, at least in my opinion. But again, we won't know until the album. I think that's the thing that you have to keep in mind is like, have you heard the album? What do the visuals say about the music? Because ultimately, you can't understand context of the visuals until you have the music. So I will say that I actually love all of the covers. I like to get a vinyl, and I'm having a really hard time deciding which one. Really liked the first alternate cover I believe we got. And the reason I like it is not even because of the posing, it's because it's black and white. I think it's a stunning photo because of it being black and white, and like the men almost fade into it. It has such a cool like record itself, it being half black and white. I also love that. I almost wish the regular album cover would have also been black and white, because that's the only reason I really wanted the alternate cover, is just because of it being black and white. I also love the second alternate cover. That's the one I'm leaning towards with all the flowers around it. I just think it's beautiful. And the pink, oof, I think that one's beautiful. I even like the last one where it looks like she's kind of like leaning over the table. There's just something about the coloring and the vintagey feel it has. I'm having a hard time deciding which one. Who knows which one I'll end up with. Since I didn't get to do like a prediction video, so just wanted to kind of give my quick rundown of what I think the songs will be about. Manchild, I feel like that one's going to be pretty self-explanatory. Tears, I do not think will actually be about like crying tears. Either it's gonna be like laughing so hard you have tears type of energy, or it's gonna be a sexual innuendo. I don't really know how. I have some theories, but I don't think I should say them. So I'll just let her lyrics do the talking of the innuendos that I can think of. My man on willpower, probably the most confused on. I don't know if it's gonna be some sort of play on her own willpower, even though it doesn't sound like that, or if it's gonna be about like him resisting her. I don't know. Sugar talking, I think is definitely gonna be like, I don't wanna hear your sweet talk type of thing, like actions speak louder than words kind of thing. Or I could see it being like, you're talking all this sweet talk and like, I'm not gonna hear it. I think it could go either way. We almost broke up again last night. I think it's gonna obviously be on again, off again. Commentary on that. Nobody's son. That's gotta be something about that play on, well, that's someone's son. Well, yeah, but what type of person did you raise? Kind of thing is my expectation. Never getting laid, I don't know, I feel like it could be a like, you're never going to get laid with the way you're acting, or it could be like slim pickings kind of energy, but specifically about physical relationship type of scenario. Maybe. I don't know if When Did You Get Hot is going to be about her, or if it's going to be about someone like, you know, when you like see someone you haven't seen in a while and you're like, when did you get hot? I could see it being like that. Go-Go Juice, maybe that's gonna be like a going out and having a good time type of thing. This is my get up and go-go juice. I take these shots and like go, go, go. Maybe? I don't know. Don't worry, I'll make you worry. I just think that one's gonna be funny. I feel like I'm gonna like that one. I could see that one being like, what's the song on? There's a song on Short and Sweet that's like kind of like, listen, I know I'm a little toxic. What song am I thinking of? Oh, when she kind of redid, it's like her play on Hopelessly Devoted. That kind of energy, I could see it being kind of like that. House Tour, that's gotta be sexual innuendo. Goodbye, if it's gonna close out, essentially like a goodbye, like fuck you, or if it's gonna end up like kind of going down in tempo, being a little bit more like ballady. Those are just my predictions. Who knows? I'm excited to get into it. It is 12 songs and it's, oh, it's only 38 minutes and 24 seconds? Okay, that's wild. If you're new here, I do not do good with picking up on lyrics if I do not actually have the lyrics in front of me. So watching a music video, if that's the first time I'm hearing a song, I just feel like I don't get as much out of it. So I will listen to the song and then we'll do the music video. I'm so excited for this though, because she's just so funny. Let's hop into it. First track, Manchild.
Oh boy.
heard this part.
Or is it slow? Maybe it's useless. But there's a cuter word for it. I know. Manchild, why you always come running on me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care.
Okay, production, I'm already loving. Obviously, I've heard this part, but like, hearing it not on TikTok with like other things happening in a video is different for me. Also, like I said, if I don't read the lyrics, it doesn't process in the same way. It's so bad that when I say that it doesn't process the same way, I mean that so serious. I can listen to a song, I can memorize the words and know them, and then sit down and actually look at the lyrics, and it finally registers. I haven't done enough research to know if that has to do with like my ADHD and like auditory processing issues, if it has something to do with like dyslexia. Like, I don't know. But the point is that I just like seeing it is when it like really hits for me. The beginning of this gives the energy of coincidence, where it's like, you said your phone was broken, just like, you know, your car drove itself from LA to her thighs. The fact that this is a first track does kind of feel like a good bridge between the albums, and I'm liking that. Phone was broken, like just forgot to charge it, like it's always. But I loved whole outfit you're wearing. God, I hope it's ironic. If that's not relatable. Didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar. Okay, before we get into this, is this a bridge? I don't, I'm not good at labeling things. Love the instrumentation. When I heard just the chorus, it's not that I disliked it. I just didn't know that I was gonna like it as much as I do once I'm hearing more of the song and that I'm able to like focus on the lyrics. But I'm really liking it. There's something about Sabrina that I really, really appreciate. Her ability to, just tap into a lot of different elements when it comes to pulling from different genres and sounds that you associate with different decades. There's a reason why she's referred to as one of the Tay daughters. I love how her sound has a lot of, I'm hesitant to use this word because it's not really as accurate as I like it, but a lot of times she has a vintagey sound, a vintagey element, at least somewhere in her production. And I really enjoy that.
Why you always come running, taking on a loving for me? My boys playing hard to get, and I like my men all incompetent, and I swear they choose me, I'm not choosing them. Amen. Amen.
Oh, I like that. Okay, the layering, I'm obsessed with the layering of the vocals. I also love the amen. Hey man. I don't know, don't ask me why that gave me chills, but it did. I don't know why. I like this so much more than I thought I did, just from the little clip I heard.
Why you always come running on me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? And I like my man, all incompetent.
Fiddle? I love when she just throws in some like what you would associate more of like southern country, you know what I mean? I even love when she throws in like the more southern accent. Almost like a fiddle? I love that. What I also think is interesting about this is that this is the opener because she is putting so much onus on other people, and I think that's going to be interesting. There are moments where she takes accountability, but it's still within the framework of, we have some like really big disconnects. There are disconnects not only just in relationships, but in general, obviously, but I'm hesitant to say this because I feel like it's gonna rub people the wrong way, but give me a chance. It's just the best way I can think to word it in the moment. Even the small disconnects all the way up, because every facet, even the small ones, lead to a place where we've normalized so much of that violence. She narrates things is in a way where it's highlighting these disconnects. There will be points, I have no doubts, of her taking accountability as well, but also saying, I can take accountability and still highlight these disconnects in these bigger societal issues. I feel like she has a good way of, in a fun, upbeat way, of holding multiple things can be true at once. I hope that made sense. That was such a fun opener too. Let's watch the music video.
Oh boy.
Not her literally like, I will just jump out this car.
You said your phone was broken, just forgot to charge it. Whole outfit you're wearing, God, I hope it's ironic. Did you just say you're finished? Didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar, baby. What do you call it? Stupid, or is it slow? Maybe it's useless, but there's a cuter word for it. I know. Manchild.
Okay, first of all, sorry, I don't even know what to say. Production of this is insane. I think I'm right about this, and if so, it perfectly illustrates what I was just saying, and I freaking love when that happens. Because the song is putting the onus on the men, right? But then the video, if this is a metaphor for what I think it is, her jumping into the vehicles is like jumping into different relationships. I hope I'm right about that. But that's the energy I'm getting. The visual is highlighting her own, I had to let the cat out. It's her taking accountability within the visual and her like complacency in the cycle that's being perpetuated in a way. Because she's willingly getting into the vehicles, right? They're not dragging her into the vehicle. She's willingly getting into the vehicles, and then she's exiting. Now that I'm editing and seeing so much more, I want to do a whole video on this freaking music video, but I also just want to acknowledge that while she is choosing to go into the vehicles, it's also important to note that those are the vehicles that are stopping. So it is a mutual thing, right? I just didn't want to exclude that part because I think that's important. And it's interesting the different ways she's exiting the vehicle, which I assume is kind of playing on different ways. Like the fact that she jumps out, she didn't even wait for him to stop. She wanted out of that in that first one. And then there was the one truck, well, can you call it a truck? Like it just had the front part, which I feel like that's gotta mean something too. Cause like, why would you choose that? And it is interesting, like there was that one truck or vehicle or whatever it was that was like on its side. If those are relationships, I don't know, maybe like she's looking at other people's relationships but seeing the problems or something. I don't know. I have to think about that. The one that she hopped in that like didn't have like a back end of the truck, that guy just dropped her off and she like waved goodbye. More positive in the way that she got out of the relationship. This one's interesting because clinging to it.
No.
Now I'm gonna be honest, assuming I've got the metaphor right, vehicles are the like the different relationships. The scenes in between, not really sure. I'm assuming that's just maybe adding more context, perhaps. Like this one where she's like holding on to it.
Why you always come running on me? Fuck my life.
So is he not even...
Fuck my life.
So he's like, he didn't even... Oh my God. So he like didn't even paint her face, like just her body. And it's not even like in the right position. It's like it's flipped. Like his view is like distorted. And then he's like, does it even like care about her brain kind of thing? I think is what that's supposed to be. Oh my God, Salem. Really. As I was saying, this is so clever and fun. I love music videos like this. She always has such good... Hello, Salem. She always has such good music videos.
Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care. Half your brain just ain't there.
Ooh.
Why you always come running, taking all my loving from me?
I'm gonna have to watch this thing like 6 more times because these have to all be like representations of different things. How much went into the thought process of like, how can we represent all of these different things? It's gonna be so fun going through this video. Can we not? I have no idea what the truck... There was like a tree coming out of it, and then she was like sitting on top of one of them, and the grocery cart thing. Like, just thinking about what those could all represent, this is gonna be so much fun to go through. Yeah.
Why so
Elephant? What? Why an elephant? Okay, elephant in the room? And she has her back to it. So it's like she's like ignoring it. What was the song in Short and Sweet that talks about like something about the red flags? That's giving me that energy.
Why so sexy, you so dumb, and how survive the years so...
She's got a weapon. I swear someone gets killed in like literally every music video. She's either killing someone, someone's hurting or killing her, someone's going to jail. There's always something in at least all the videos I can think of that I've seen. That's so funny.
Long if I'm not there, it won't get done. I choose to blame your mom. Manchild,
Was that a pumpkin?
done. I choose to blame your mom.
What is the significance? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to spend so much time with this thing. And these kind of like, I don't know, are these maps? Are these blueprints? The visuals of this whole thing though are beautiful. Like, this is so wild, but why a pumpkin? Could that be like a Cinderella thing? Like that's like the only thing that comes to mind with pumpkin. It's like after it wears off and it just becomes a pumpkin kind of thing. Like, I don't, maybe?
Why you always come running on me? Fuck my life.
That's too real.
Fuck my life.
Her face.
Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care. Half your brain just ain't there. Manchild, why you always come running, taking all my loving from me? My boys playing hard to get, and I
She has such dolly energy sometimes.
like my men all all incompetent, and I swear they choose me. I'm not choosing them. Amen. Amen. Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get, and I like my men.
Oh my god, why didn't I think of that? A lot of these were probably references to like movies and stuff. Because she did that in, what was the one with Jenna Ortega? Taste. I wonder if that's how this is too, because this looks like Legally Blonde, where she's like, she has the dog, right?
All incompetent, and I swear they choose me. I'm not choosing them. Amen. Amen. Why you always
Why? Is she counting sheep? Like invading her thoughts, maybe? Like she can't stop thinking about it, like it's even like in her dreams maybe, and like the sheeps are there, but she's obviously not asleep. But then they have the little eyes, maybe?
you always come running on me?
What are the animals? There's like what is that supposed to be, like Free Willy? There's the chicken, and in the beginning there was I don't even remember what that was. Was it like a seagull or something on the turtle? Then there was the horse. Oh, the elephant.
Won't you let an innocent woman be?
There has to be so many Easter eggs in this. There's no way. For it to be so random, like not only has to be like a ton of references and symbolism for so many things, but also there has to be a bunch of Easter eggs, especially with Manchild being the opening track and kind of like opening up the album. It's giving me the energy of like what Fortnite did with Fortnite's music video, where there was all the references and you didn't really know until you like really started deep diving into the album, and then you like picked up on the references. Oh, this is gonna be so fun to go through. Guaranteed that's one of them. Hold on. Also those clothing line. That makes me think of when Taylor went on stage, when she called Sabrina. I've been thinking about that as an Easter egg for Life of a Showgirl, but I wonder if it also included an Easter egg to this. Because what did she say? She said something about like put some clothes on. So maybe like a clothesline, maybe? Hold on, I need to like, I'm gonna play this slower for a second because I want to see what that is. Hold on, sorry. I'm just like curious to see what's on that line. Oh, also, that could be something. Something, a state of mind, sense at the end, abstinence, something, a state of mind. Okay, maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's like instructions and a chair upside down, 6, shoes, $5 bill. Maybe these things will make sense later on. I feel like they have to be Easter eggs though. Did she just fall off that cliff? And her like running to the next one. That was such a wild music video. Is it holding the turtle? That wasn't the bird from the beginning though, right? I swear that was like a seagull or something. Interesting, it's got like the light in the distance. Oh, okay, yeah, so that was not the bird. That was so good. I feel like decently confident about it being symbolic of relationships. And again, I love the juxtaposition. Music being like onus is on them, but then I see her like running from the cars. Like I feel like I'm pretty confident that that's what it is. The rest of it was just like shots in the dark. And I know I missed so much. I cannot wait to deep dive into this. If you know backstories or something, like, tell me in the comments, because I feel like I would need hours with that video. You could just go frame by frame. Also interested on the animals thing. I would think that maybe she was like with the pig thing, right? Like, I would say it was that, but then I feel like if you were gonna take that route, wouldn't you have them driving the cars too? But the fact that they're not, well, wait, no, because maybe it is. If we think about elephant in the room, maybe those are ones that like didn't work out. Well, I was thinking maybe things that didn't work out, but maybe it's ones that she didn't attain. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Maybe if I sit with it a little bit longer. Okay, well, I liked that a lot more. Like I said, it's not that I disliked the little bits I'd heard, but having the visual and seeing the lyrics, I really liked that. I think that was a really good opener too. Okay, before we switch to the next track, I need to look up what other music video there is because I don't want to skip it. Okay, I'm really glad I looked that up because it's literally the second track. We'll watch that right after. Oh, I like that. Pretty. Okay, so sexual innuendo it is. Or, it's not really innuendo actually, but you know what I mean? Alright, it was gonna go one of two ways.
Can go a very long, long way. Maybe just do the dishes. I'll give you what you want. A little communication, yes, that's my ideal foreplay. Assemble a chair from IKEA. I'm like, I get.
She's so funny. She's so funny. Stop. Tears run down my. Oh my god, only Sabrina.
A little respect for women can get you very, very far. Remembering how to use your phone gets me oh so hot. Considering I have feelings, I'm like, why am I close to one? Offering to do anything, I'm like, oh my god, I get wet.
This is what I was expecting. Commentary on like the norms. It's basically a song of like, here's where the bar is set. That's the bar. It's not a high bar. Oh my gosh. This is exactly what I was thinking for this album. It's holding both of those. I love it. I'm loving it. And the production is so vibey.
I get wet at the thought of you. Being a responsible guy. Treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run down my thighs. I get wet at the thought of you.
I like how it breaks down.
Being a responsible guy. Treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run down my thighs. Dance break.
Oh, run that back. I love when, first of all, I already love how it was breaking down, where like the production pulled back, but then to have the dance break. I'm obsessed.
Tears run down my thighs. Dance break.
I'm not really great at associating what sounds come from what decade. I wish I were better at it, but I'm not. It feels kind of like, I don't know what the right word would be. I'm sorry. I'm rewatching Psych, which is like one of my favorite shows of all time. And I just recently watched the episode where Sean is like reinvestigating a case of his dad's. Gus and Sean, I think the dad was there too. They were like running from being found, like a makeover montage moment. And I want to say it was like a disco type thing, and they had to go talk to someone at the disco, which was when Sean's dad was investigating this originally, something along those lines. Anyways, some of the elements of that, I just could vision being a part of the soundtrack of that episode. And I just, so maybe like disco-y kind of vibe. I don't know if that's right or not, so don't come for me. But that's kind of what it made me think of. Let me get the music video up. These songs are gonna get stuck in my head. Her songs usually do though, so not surprising. Okay, so are we picking up, is this supposed to be connected? Wait, are we picking up from the last album's storyline? I think the last video we got was her and Dolly, and they were running Thelma and Louise kind of setup. Was Manchild supposed to be picking up from her, like kind of being on the run, if you will? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to connect things that aren't there. But I could see that being a thing. Oh yeah, because there is a guy driving. Ooh, I like the kind of... Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm obsessed. Look at the look. Oh, the logo with the lid. The cinematic atmosphere we have going. It wasn't red before, was it? Oh, I love it. It's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Very long, long way. Baby, just do the dishes. I'll give you what you want. A little communication, yes, that's my ideal foreplay. Assemble a chair from IKEA. I'm like, I get wet at the thought of you. Being the responsible guy. Treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run down.
Oh my gosh, this is what I meant about performative. I love that the visuals are just so continuing the narrative that is the undertone, and like the satirical nature, and how she's like leaning into all of the, oh. Also, just, God, I love the theater kids just really running things. Just.
A little respect for women can get you very, very far. Remembering how to use your phone gets me oh so high. Considering I have feelings, I'm like, why am I close to one? Offering to do anything, I'm like, oh my god. I get wet at the thought of you.
Ma'am! Look at her! Oh my god, I just love this. I'm obsessed with this.
Being a responsible guy.
videos, oh my god, these are iconic.
Treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run down my thighs. Dance break.
Look at our little dancing queen. Oh my god. She is so like ABBA coded. I need more Mamma Mia with her.
Baby! I'm so glad you're okay.
Wait, no,
I've been looking everywhere for you.
you died earlier, I thought.
Babe, what are you talking about?
No, it's a thing. Someone has to die.
Not her like breaking the fourth wall of her music videos in the. Stop.
Every video.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
Why are you being weird right now?
We'll always remember you, though.
I love her.
He was a nice one, too. We have to give the people what they want.
Stop. We have to give the people what they want. I love her. I love her. Oh my god. I want to watch this like 5 more times. That was so good. I love it's a thing. Sorry, I had to get a snack. Okay, track 3, My Man on Willpower. So interesting to have it only start in one ear. Weird. I like it.
He's clingy, he's loving, he always initiates calling and touching. It feels like just yesterday he wanted all 4 of my personalities. Now I don't recognize this stranger danger. There in my bed at night, wide-eyed, pondering what life without me be like. Can I return it? Get back the version I like. This one's bullshit, baby.
I see. Okay. I love the line. He wanted all 4, just Apple. Don't mess with me. It feels like just yesterday he wanted all 4 of my personalities. I love the stranger, danger, and then the wide-eyed, dreaming, pondering, scheming. What life without me be like? Can I return it? Get back the version I like. This one's bullshit, baby. Oh my god, I love it.
Man on his willpower is something I don't understand. He fell in love with self-restraining. Now it's getting out of hand. He used to be literally obsessed with me.
Ooh.
I'm suddenly the least sought after girl in the land. Oh, my man on his willpower is something I don't understand.
I love how this album, every track so far has had this little element of like ominous or like where you just don't know. And that is so interesting. as we kind of go through the songs that we've gone through, just to have this unsettling. It's not even in your face. Sometimes it's just like a little piece of it, but just right there. Also, I love that he used to be literally obsessed with me. How it goes up and then it goes up again. I'm suddenly the least sought after girl in the land. And then there's something I don't understand. But listen to this, like, it's just in the background.
Something I don't something I don't understand.
That?
He's busy, he's working, he doesn't.
It almost feels like with the production, I mean, I guess we won't know till we get through the album, but just from what I've seen so far, it's almost like these little moments of clarity. It's like in the production, almost feels like these are the moments where she's having these moments of awareness of what's going on, whether that be her own behavior, whether that be the red flags in the person that she's talking about, whether that be on societal expectations, in whatever form. And I wonder if that's what they are. Is there almost like this, you need to be listening to your intuition, listening to your gut moments?
Have time for me, my slutty pajamas, not tempted in the least. What in the fucked up romantic dark comedy is this nightmare lately? Yeah, okay, he's on his big journey to find a little sense of life, a new sense of purpose. But why I'm right here, I'm waving, the joke can be over now. You're so silly, baby. My man on his willpower's something I don't understand.
She's not even thinking about, like, it's like she's saying and trying to make sense of what's right in front of her, right? It's like, he used to be obsessed with me, but like now he's not. What? Oh, he's fallen in love with self-restraint because he's not doing that with me. If I had to make a prediction, I think this album is going to be received how I assume Taylor's Life of a Showgirl album is going to be, and I'm planning on trying to do a video on my predictions and everything about that too. Surface level, it's going to sound like one thing, but it's when you really start to break it down, when you really start to think about it, listen to the way the production is saying more and adding more context around the words and the layers of it. People are going to write it off as like, oh yeah, it's like this little pop girly album, but it's actually has deeper layers, which, I mean, granted, all of Taylor's music does that already, don't get me wrong, but I think this one, my prediction has been that it's going to rub people the wrong way. That's what this is giving me. It's like if you don't see the performative nature of some of it, irony, and like some of it isn't that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that none of this is true. It's more that the way she's presenting it, the way she's framing it, commentaries on like what society is going to put on her, while also acknowledging, seeing the patterns in her own behaviors. And then some of it is satirical, and then some of it is more performative. Like it's finding out where she's leaning into it and where she like kind of more leaning into like character, where she putting up a mirror. You're saying I'm doing this. And then the parts where it's really and truly like this is things that she's struggling with. It's not that I'm saying all of it is a facade or anything like that. I think it's true. I think it's just how she's presenting it and the way she's creating the commentary around it. I think there's gonna be either people are gonna love it and be like obsessed with it because they're getting it, or they're gonna think it's the stereotypes. I just feel like it's gonna be something like that. So far, I think all of them have been just Amy Allen, Jack Antonoff, John Ryan, and Sabrina. And if that continues, I feel like this is going to be very cohesive, which makes sense because it is like a very short, it's 38 minutes, it's not very long. You're never going to appease everyone, right? But albums like this, I feel like people classify too quickly as they all sound the same. If this continues how I think it's going to continue, I can see that being a common criticism. I love both types of albums. Give me your mess. Give me all of it. I don't mind a lengthy album. Like, I don't need you to edit it down. That's just me. I'm sorry to make so many comparisons, but it's just easier for me to talk about something I know more about. But I know the common criticism with TTPD, with Taylor, was there was too many tracks. It was all over the place. And it's like, so don't listen to the tracks that you don't want to listen to. That doesn't bother me. And I guess for me personally, I don't really understand it. If you felt that way, like, this isn't a judgment. Actually, I'd be really interested to know why you felt that way. Because for me, like, the only things that I personally could come up with as a reason why someone wouldn't want that is if you're thinking about how others will perceive it. I understand when you love an artist, you want them to get the accolades you think they deserve. And especially with people like Taylor, where people have such strong feelings about her. And she's one of those artists where people just don't have the ability to say, hey, it's just not my thing and move on. They like have to hate it. They have to spend considerable energy saying how much they dislike it. Never really understood that energy. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine, just move on. You don't have to tear someone else's stuff down, but that's neither here nor there. My point is, if you're thinking about how other people will perceive it and you're worried about the way critics will feel about it, or the just general public who maybe aren't fans of hers, how much she sells. It's not that I don't value those things, because of course her succeeding is going to make her feel good in her craft, which is a benefit to her. And that means that we get to continue to experience the creations that she provides for us, right? So I see it on that front, but I guess ultimately at the end of the day, I just think about it as, wow, that's more tracks for people to love. Like, if you start talking to people about TTPD, songs that they absolutely cannot live without may be songs that I could absolutely live without. And then songs that I think are brilliant, some people are going to be like, yeah, I don't really care for those. You don't have to love every song on an album. And it was a double album. You don't have to listen to it all at once either. If you feel like you would be overwhelmed, then listen to one, then listen to the other another day. You know what I mean? Maybe she should have spaced it a little bit more or something like that. Like, I understand that criticism, but just like overall, I don't know. For me, I just don't really understand why it's a big deal for there to be a lot of stuff. I guess my question though is, for those of you who feel this way, is there another reason that maybe I'm just not seeing that perspective of? I just feel like there probably is that I'm missing. The reason I bring that up is you've got people who are like that, oh, I absolutely don't want that. But then on the flip side, when you have something that's really, really streamlined and tight and is really centered around a specific theme, I feel like a common criticism I hear about that is things sound the same. And it's like, okay, well, if you want this really focused album and you want it to be like a story or a theme, there's gonna be overlap. Those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. Track 4, Sugar Talking.
Put your love in where your mouth is. Your sugar talking isn't working tonight. Put your love in where your mouth is. Yeah, your paragraphs mean shit to me. Get your sorry ass to mine.
That is a really pretty vocal. It's kind of what I was thinking, but definitely a different spin. It is the action speaks louder than words, which is interesting too, because I think one thing that we forget, and what I appreciate about Sabrina, is because she does bring in elements that where women will be judged for talking about, embracing that more sensual, physical side of things, and then also saying like, it is in a way going against what people perceive to be like what we're working towards. So for example, her saying like, I don't want your paragraphs. You could take that as, well, that's a good thing. There's so many men out there who don't communicate that way, right? Who don't do that. So I feel like some people are going to hear this and they're going to be like, you're sexualizing yourself essentially for the male gaze, right? Not saying I think that. The whole point to what I said earlier is you do what you want to do, right? And what makes you comfortable and how you want to live your life. So for her, if the action she's looking for is more physical, that's okay. It doesn't mean that any feminist values just like out the window. You know what I mean? It's more nuanced than that. Ultimately, it's just about normalizing in the society where we've taught in that those things equate to, we've taught that those are negative things, emotions and communicating and stuff like that. We've also taught women that that's our role to play. We've taught women that embracing their sexuality and leaning into this physical aspects is wrong or bad. It has layers depending on which way you're viewing it. I have a feeling that that nuance may be lost in people's initial reactions, and I'm hoping that people will sit with it longer before making a judgment.
Saying that you miss me, boy, do you want a prize? You're having these epiphanies, big word for a real small mind. And aren't you tired of saying all that and nothing? You tell me that you want me, but baby, if you need me, put your love in where
Oh, and maybe even another layer of it is even what I just did, where I made it about physical, and maybe it's bigger than that, and even I just did it, right? Like, that's the layers, because you could take loving as being physical, or you could take it as perhaps this person is just texting, saying things. Are their actions lining up with that? Are they keeping you a secret? Is there something you're hiding? Then why don't you come over?
mouth is. Your sugar talking isn't working tonight. Say you're a big change man, I doubt it. Yeah, you
I hate that Apple lyrics do not sync right.
paragraphs mean shit to me. Get your sorry ass to mine. You filled my whole apartment with flowers that die. The first to open up your wallet, but the last one to flag your heart only breaks so many times. Save your money and stop making me cry. You tell me that you want me, but baby, if you need me,
Love that. And again, this is like, this entire album so far for me is a conversation with nuance starter. A lot of women would love that someone is like, that was an act of service, putting all of these flowers, communicating. It sounds like you're telling me all these things. So many people want those things, but that is just a layer. It almost makes it sound like this person is doing that in a performative way, is trying to be the thing that makes it sound like he's in touch. But when it really comes down to it, are you emotionally available and willing to meet me on an even playing field? That's a very kind gesture for you to buy all these flowers, but the fact that you think that's gonna fix what's going on, this isn't like a flower situation. Do you not see my heart is breaking? Like, you're performing the actions of someone who is perhaps a good guy, but deep down, are you really? Are these genuine actions in connection and true emotional availability, or are they a facade? A production?
put your love in where your mouth is. Your sugar talking isn't working tonight. Put your love in where your mouth is. Yeah, your paragraphs mean shit to me. It's verbatim what you said last week. It's your seventh last chance, honey. Get your sorry ass to mine.
Ooh, that, yeah, see, and that brings it full circle. It's verbatim what you said last week, because your actions are not lining up. You're saying the right things. You seem like you're doing these nice, good things, but when it really comes to it, are you? Because you said the same thing last week, and it's your seventh last chance, honey. So come over here. Like, let's try it again. Oh, is that the next song? That would be a good transition if it's the something about we broke up. God, the interface on this thing is so annoying. Yeah, we almost broke up again last night. That's a good transition. I liked that.
Bullshit repeats itself. Is that how the saying goes? Been here 1,000 times.
I love the bullshit repeats itself. Is that how the saying goes instead of history repeats itself? Ooh, that was good. I like that.
Bullshit repeats itself. Is that how the saying goes? Been here 1,000 times. Selective memory. I hear it in his eyes. He sees it in my tone.
Ooh, even that disconnect. I hear it in his eyes. He sees it in my tone. We're not even on the same wavelength.
Is what it is, and it's predictable. All the I love yous and I'm sorry's what I said. We had our sex and then we made amends. That's right, called it a false alarm to all of our friends. Then we almost broke up again last night.
Ooh, that vocal's pretty. Just that perpetuating that cycle. Yeah, like we just fall back into bed, we say the right things, we go and do this act, we're connected again. But are we? Called it a false alarm to all of our friends. Then we almost broke up again.
Then we almost broke up again last night. We
Ooh, I love that too because we almost got so close. And it's like, in what way? We almost got so close to breaking up again, or we almost got so close to getting it right, but we just never get it right. We almost got so close to like fixing the broken cycle or the pattern.
When I reach to pull the plug, I swear he starts working out. And on the days I'm a little much, that's when I tell him how sweet he treats me and how no other boys compete. I know how it looks, I know how it sounds. At least we'll give him something to talk about. All the I love yous and I'm sorry's what I said. We had our sex and then we made amends. That's right, called it a false alarm to all of our friends. Then we almost broke up again last night.
Ooh. That distortion, ooh, I like that. Hitting Vambie here again. I just wanted to clarify, instead of saying, when I reach to pull the plug, I swear it starts working out, could have been a lyric that would have made it more clear. But the fact that she says, I swear he starts working out. Anyways, that's why I'm about to go down the rabbit hole I'm going down. Because when you initially hear it for a split second, your mind might go to physical, like physically working out. That makes it sound like she's talking about physically. I could also see it as something that almost like something that gets said about women. Like as you get older, that common thing people say, your looks changed. She's saying that to him like it's said a lot to women, or he starts trying again. That to me is what makes good songs, that it makes you think and it makes you wonder, like, how did she mean that? Because like, yeah, you could take it surface level, or you could kind of go through the thought process that I just went through, and I'm sure you have other ways of interpreting it. That's what I love about music when it's like that, is that even when it sounds surface level, like, but is it? He starts working out the issues, the problems. And on the days I'm a little much, that's when I tell him, and it's like her taking ownership of, I do this too. I can't put that all on you that you do this, because I do the same things. When my bad habits start coming up, instead of addressing that pattern, I patch it up by saying, oh my God, you're so great. Because like you're trying to make up for the patterns that you're also perpetuating. And like to me, like that's so real, that's so honest. And I mean, there's a level of that obviously we all do that to a certain extent. There's always gonna be days when you're like, wow, like that was probably, like, I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve that kind of thing. Way to cope and you're not addressing the underlying issues, that's where it becomes more problematic. I love how she's acknowledging, like, I know how it looks, I know how it sounds, like, you don't even have to tell me, I know what I'm saying is problematic. But then she's like, well, at least we give them something to talk about. I like when artists are willing to portray themselves in a more like unflattering way. I think it's even more in a way of a statement when it's pop woman, right, saying this, because the stereotypes around her already, you know, and I've always said that about Taylor too. People always talk about trying to victimize herself, but she takes accountability for a lot of things, and she doesn't always portray herself in the best light. I'm not saying that she isn't selective about those times, but like, wouldn't you be? I mean, the fact that she's still willing to portray herself in a negative light, given the amount of hatred that is around her every time she does anything, I really appreciate that.
Say we're drifting apart. I said, yeah, I fucking know. Big deal, we've been here before, and we'll be here tomorrow. All the I love yous and I'm sorry's were said.
Is this sampling something? Because there's something about that part. It reminded me a little bit in the beginning, and now hearing it, I feel like it is. Kind of how she did in Short and Sweet with the bonus track of like her take on Hopelessly Devoted. It's not that apparent, but I feel like that part is, I don't know if it's the cadence.
We had our sex, and then we made amends, that's right. Called it a false alarm to all of our friends. Then we almost broke up again. We almost broke up. We almost broke up again. We almost broke up. We almost broke up again. Gave me his whole heart, and I gave him head, and then we almost broke up. We almost broke up. Yeah, we almost broke up again.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, that was pretty. Her vocal is stunning. Not that I'm surprised by that. Next up is track 6, Nobody's Son.
I hope you're great. I think it's time we took a break so I can grow emotionally. That's what he said to me. Here we go again, crying in bed. What a familiar feeling.
Obviously, I won't know till we get to the album, but Short and Sweet, I mean, first of all, both of these albums are very short, and they are coming out close together. It really does feel like a continuation of the story, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's like she was exploring certain things. Short and Sweet still included in a relationship currently moments. This feels like that has closed out, and the things she had started learning about herself are now being able to be more fully explored. It's like, manchild, why are you always running to me? You know, and then you've got Tears. You know what? Actually, I'm sorry I stopped it for this, and I'm sorry to make you wait, but honestly, I think let's keep listening, because I don't want to have to go through this all again. And if it keeps going how I think it's going, I might as well save that for my final thoughts. So let me just not get ahead of myself.
All my friends in love, and I'm the one they call for a third wheel, and probably should have guessed he's like the rest. So fun and so deceiving. There's nobody's son, not anyone left for me to believe in.
tying back to the previous songs. I love that.
Here we go again, crying in bed. What a familiar feeling. All my friends in love, and I'm the one they call for a third wheel. And probably should have guessed he's like the rest, so fine and so deceiving. There's nobody's son, not anyone left for me to believe
I love a good twinkle sound.
That boy is corrupt. Could you raise him to love me? Maybe he sure fucked me up. And yes, I'm talking about your baby. That boy is corrupt. Get PTSD on the daily. He sure fucked me up. And yes, I'm talking about your baby. Here we go again, crying in bed. What a familiar feeling. All my friends in love, and I'm the one they call for a third wheel. And
That I don't know any other way than like kind of like a whiplash sound. Like she does it with her vocal, but there's also like a little bit of a sound effect where it's like the da. Like I did not do that well. Can we scratch that from the record? But you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I love that in the actual production and in her vocal. But oh, those lines, I love that. That boy is corrupt. Could you raise him to love me, maybe? He sure fucked me up. But this line, and yes, I'm talking about your baby. Yes, your baby boy kind of thing. Like, oh my god, I love it.
they should have guessed he's like the rest, so fine and so deceiving. There's nobody's son, not anyone left for me to believe in.
I need to hear that sound again.
That boy is corrupt. Could you raise him to love me? Maybe he sure fucked me up. And yes, I'm talking about your baby. That boy is corrupt. Get PTSD on the daily. He sure fucked me up. And yes, I'm talking.
I love that. That production, I'm obsessed with it. Ooh, okay. Next up, track 7, Never Getting Laid. Ooh, we're back on that kind of vibey.
We were so happy, why not mix it up?
Ooh.
I'm so at peace, yeah, I can't drink enough. No way to know just who you're thinking of. I just wish you didn't have a mind that could flip like a switch, that could wander and drift to a neighboring bitch. When just the other night you said you
Ooh. I love when she walks a little bit of a controversial line. That I feel like people are gonna be up in arms about. Ooh. That first opening line though, we were so happy, why not mix it up? I'm so at peace, yeah. I can't drink enough. I love how there's like that pause too, where you think that she's saying, I just wish you didn't have a mind, when earlier she was talking about like how like, there's nothing, you're not even thinking, but then that pause ends and it's, that could flip like a switch.
need me, what gives? How did it come to this? Boy, I know where you live. Baby, I'm not angry. Love you just the same. I just hope you get agoraphobia someday. And all your days are sunny from your window pane. We share a lifetime full of happiness and a
have the songs that sound like one thing, but the lyrics are another thing. That's a hard balance to do throughout an album. Because like you can have songs like that where it's like very juxtaposed. This is like, it can't be too juxtaposed to where you're like, wait, what? I feel like she does really good at balancing out like, yeah, this is serious. This is like my, you know, and this is bigger than just my relationship. This is like a common thing you see because I know there's a bunch of people who relate. It's all those things, but then it's also framed in a way where it's like, yeah, but you know, like, what do you do? You can laugh or you can cry. And like, I just feel like she balances those things out really well. Also, there's something about this production that feels very cinematic, but for a very specific genre that I'm trying to pin down the correct way to describe. And I know that sounds, what? But it's not, I don't know, like it is cinematic, but like in a very specific way.
The schedule could be very nice, very nice. Call up the boys and crack a Miller Lite. Watch the fight. Us girls are fun but stressful, am I right? Am I right? And you got a right hand anyway. And only yesterday.
And like highlighting that, oh, we're so stressful, right? Like highlighting the things that are said about it, but in this like really pretty way, and looking the way she does. And you think about the album cover and it's like, it sounds like, I feel like some people are really gonna take that as if she's like actually like leaning into that, when it's like in reality, like she's being satirical. Also, you got a right hand anyway.
Doesn't we call it quits? I was so confident till the thought of it hit. That any given night you could be using your lips on a girl with big tits. Oh, I know where you live. Baby, I'm not angry. Love you just the same. I just hope you get agoraphobia someday. And all your days are sunny from your window pane. I wish you a lifetime full of happiness and a forever of never getting late. A forever of never getting late. At the end of the rainbow, I hope you find a good whole lot of nothing, 'cause you're still inside.
Oh,
And abstinence is just a state of mind.
the book. So that was an Easter egg. Okay, cool. Love that. This, you know, I just said the thing about it sounding cinematic. I'm gonna need time to sit with this because I just had a thought, but I can't tell if I'm just making connections that aren't there or not. Because I'm looking at the track list, and are these kind of like modern, her viewpoint of certain stories that are told in a way? I don't think that's gonna be a discussion for the first reaction. Just know I said it, so if I come back around and people have already said these things, just know I said it in my first reaction. When we get to that deep dive video that I hope to do in the future, because I feel like I'm seeing things, but I need to sit with it more. I love that last line though.
And abstinence is just a state of mind.
Next up is Go-Go Juice. I am very curious about this. I lied, it's not Go-Go Juice, it's When Did You Get Hot? My bad.
So long, untouched, bone dry, not a plant can grow. About time I get back on my horse to the rodeo. Now I'm at the Prospect Convention. My friends walk in your friend's direction. Said Sabrina, don't you know Devin? And I was like, huh. When did you get hot? All of a sudden I could look you up and down all day.
Ooh.
When did you get hot? I think I would remember if you had a that face. I did a double take, triple take. Take me to naked, twist up back at your place. Baby, baby, the second in the pot. When did you get
Oh, I love this. Obsessed with this. Sabrina is one of those artists where I love her humor, the way she views things, but I don't personally relate to a lot of her songs. That's just full transparency and honesty, but I love them nonetheless. And so when I do get ones where, like, I don't know how to say this where it's not like TMI. This is just never gonna be me, and this is not shade. I freaking love women taking ownership of their bodies, their desires, like, please, like, I love that. I wholeheartedly support that, and I want that for every single woman. I want that for every single person. But I always find something in her songs that I'm like, that. And like, for me, I still do really connect with the, when did you get hot? Like, what? That and the sound of this? Oh, I love it. I love it. The cadence, they're like, I did a double take, triple take.
Congratulations on your new improvements. I bet your light rod's like bigger than Zeus's. Hey, wait, can you lift my car with your hand? You are an ugly kid, but you're a sexy man. Sorry, I did not see the vision. Thank you, Lord, the fine you has risen. Big riff coming, I need a minute.
Big riff coming, might need a minute. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I love her. Congratulations on your new improvements. I bet your light rod's bigger than Zeus's. Hey, wait, can you lift my car with your hand? You were an ugly kid, but you're a sexy man. Sorry, I didn't see the vision. Like, I just didn't see the vision, but like, now I'm seeing the vision. I love her.
Wait, I need a minute. Okay, here it comes.
Ooh. Go back. I love that we broke it by saying, big riff coming, I need a minute. Stop.
Thank you, Lord, the fine you has risen. Big riff coming, I need a minute. Wait, I need a minute. Okay, here it comes. Triple take, tell me to make it twist up back at your place. Baby, baby, a second in the car. When did you get
Ooh, I'm obsessed with this.
When did you get, when did you get, when did you get, when did you get so high? When did you get, when did you get, when did you get, when did you get so high? When did you get, when did you get?
Ooh, and how it fades. Ooh. Oh, I loved that. That's one of my favorites. That's iconic. Next up is Go-Go Juice.
Love when happy hour comes at 10 a.m. o'clock on a Tuesday. Guess a broken heart doesn't care that I just woke up. Got a soft spot for a bev and a boy that's fruity, can't lie, whole week's
Not you needing to go to brunch. Got a soft spot for a bev and a boy that's fruity. Stop. That's iconic.
been tough. No party invitations, not going to the club. I'm just drinking to call someone. Ain't nobody safe when I'm a little bit drunk. Could be John or Larry, gosh, who's to say? Or the one that rhymes with villain if I'm feeling that way. Oh, I'm just drinking to call someone. A girl who knows her liquor is a girl who's been dumped. Sipping on my go-go juice, I can't be blamed.
Sipping on my Go-Go Juice. Stop. This is not where I saw this going. Oh, John or Larry. Gosh, who's to say? I love that. Ain't nobody safe when I'm a little bit drunk.
Some good old-fashioned fun sure knows the pain. Ring, 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 yeah, it's super important. How many shots in an ounce? I might have double vision, but that is irrelevant right now. Answer me, baby, are you? I miss you when I think about you every minute.
I love that the one that's go-go juice, which would make me think of like go-go dancer, is the one that they throw in another like fiddle. I think that's a fiddle or some sort of string instrument. Ooh. Love that. Bye, it's me. How's call? Do you me still love?
Someone, ain't nobody safe when I'm a little bit drunk. Could be John or Larry, gosh, who's to say? You're the one that rhymes a villain if I'm feeling that way. Oh, I'm just drinking to call someone. A girl who knows her liquor is a girl who's been done. Sipping on my go-go juice, I can't be blamed. Good old-fashioned fun sure knows the pain.
You know, like if you explained the main sounds and instruments of this album, they don't. You just wouldn't think it would make sense. And I felt this way about Short and Sweet too. Like there were so many like the different types of songs that were paired all in a single track list. It just was wild. But it like still was so good and somehow made sense. This is like that, but less about the tracks and more about the instruments and the sounds that are present across all the tracks. Like they shouldn't make sense, and yet. Okay, next up is song 10, Don't Worry, I'll Make You Worry. Ooh, this was one that I would say was more like a claimed track for me. I was thinking maybe. We'll see. I like that instrumentation.
You think that I'm gonna fuck with your head? Well, you're absolutely right. Your perfect timing couldn't be worse. Actually, it's impressive how you don't read signs.
Ooh.
And I'll never call you right back. But when I do, I'm making you laugh. Then I'll bitch you out when I please. I still think you love me. So don't worry, I'll make you worry like no other girl can. So don't worry, I'm sure I'll never let you know where you stand.
I would like to say that I love a good like toxic song. I think you can acknowledge something about yourself and still have fun with it while also making improvements. I'm really good about putting myself back in different versions of myself. Like when I listen to music, like I have a very nostalgic relationship with music in the sense that I can hear a song and it'll remind me of a point in my life. I can place myself back there and feel that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Silent treatment and humbling your ass. Well, that's some of my best work. Not sleeping with you might help me decide, but it was annoyingly good. So
whispery break type thing. I live for that in songs. Oh, this song. Not the whole thing, but I rarely ever like fully connect with like all of it. That's for most artists, but I ignore like a few lines and then, which is fine. I do that for like most songs, right? I'm like, maybe not those 3, but the rest of it, not necessarily. Presently, we heal, you know, we work on ourselves.
I'll make you worry like no other girl can. So don't worry. I'll leave you feeling like a shell of a man.
Well, that was a pretty good claim track for me, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, okay. That's... We're just gonna all collectively move on, okay? I simply cannot believe I've been filming as long as I have for a 38-minute album. Next song is track 11, House Tour. I'm expecting that sexual innuendo. Like, there's just, there's just no way. Just some of the production elements, like that going across, and, I like that.
Take your shoes off.
Listen, I really wish there was a music video for every one of these because I just feel like the cinematic experience it would give us. Like, I want like a full visual album. Granted, I want this for like a lot of albums that I listen to, if I'm being honest. I just feel like it would be a really fun one to have this. Like Sabrina, I feel like has the eye and works with the people that could do this, where you'd get like Halsey's If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. I think that's the right title, right? It's been a bit. Anyways, how it had that, like as a whole visual with it, I think this would be a cool one. We're back with the funky-ish vibes.
Thank you for dinner, baby. I had a really great time. I really loved the conversation and that your car self-drives. The pineapple air freshener is my favorite kind. Well, this is me, but if you have time, do you want the house tour? I could take you to the first, second, third floor, and I promise none of this is a metaphor. I just want you to come inside, baby. What's mine is now yours.
She's just so funny. Like, that's funny. I cannot. I could take you to the first, second, third floor, and I promise that none of this is a metaphor. I just want you to come inside. She's iconic. I'm sorry. She's iconic. That gave me, that instrumentation right then sounded, oh, what did that remind me of?
Baby, what's mine is now yours. Is really comfy, comfy. Got some chips, ahoy if you're hungry, hungry. So love me, love me, love me. I'm just so proud of my design. Do you want the house tour? I could take you to the first, second, third floor, and I promise none of this is a metaphor. I just want you to come inside, but I never entered with the back door. House tour, yeah, I spent a little fortune on the wax floors. We can be a little reckless 'cause it's insured. I'm pleasured to be your hot tour guide. Baby, what's mine is now.
Stop through the back door. Can I spin a little? watch it on the wax floors. We can be a little reckless because it's in short. I'm pleasured to be your hot tour guide. She's so funny. It's not you, Sabrina. I just haven't slept good.
So, are you coming in or what?
Oh my god, I love the running. Stop. Okay, last song is Goodbye.
Broke my heart on Saturday. Guess overnight your feelings changed, and I have cried so much I almost fainted. To show you just how much it hurts, I wish I had a gun or words.
Ooh.
If something got lost in communication.
That feels very ABBA-coded to me. Like the
Well, sayonara, adios.
I'm gonna like this.
You're not bilingual, but you should know goodbye means that you're losing me for life. Can't call it love and call it quits. Can't shoot me down, then shoot the shit. Did you forget that it was you who said goodbye? So you don't get to be the one who cries. Can't have your cake and eat it too. By walking out, that means you choose goodbye.
Ooh, I really love this. I love the sound. Oh my gosh.
The feeling's so specific. Wanna punch you every other minute out. You used to love my ass, now baby you won't see it anymore. I'll just give it 3 weeks, buddy. Gonna wake up from your coma, honey. Oh. And that's when you'll be holding hokey flowers standing at my door. But I'll say arrivederci, au revoir. Forgive my French, but fuck you, ta-ta. Goodbyes means that you're losing me for life. Can't call it love and call it quits. Can't shoot me down, then shoot the shit. Did you forget that it was you who said goodbye? So you don't get to be the one who cries. Can't have your cake and eat it too. By walking out, that means you choose goodbye.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm obsessed.
Sayonara, adios. On the flip side, cheerio. Por siempre te amo. Wait, no. Shit, when did you get here? Go put on some clothes. Goodbye means that you're losing me for life.
Oh my god.
Can't call it love and call it quits. Can't shoot me down and shoot the shit. Did you forget?
Remember how I said I want a visualizer? I want like a Mamma Mia setup for this album. That's what I want.
That it was you who said goodbye. So you
I just say that, Jack, you killed that. Like, that was such a brilliant ending. And I love it for a multitude of reasons, but I think it makes so much sense when it comes to the whole storyline narrative, because depending on which way you want to frame it, it's like showing the cycle. Sorry, I got interrupted. But it was such a perfect closing track. A lot of this, I think, is open to interpretation. There's been so many lines that I've pointed out, and those were just the ones I decided to point out, of like different ways you could maybe take those lines. This whole thing, in a way, is we're going through the cycle, but she is learning. Like, at first glance, you may not think she is, because it's like, you know, you break up, you get back together, then she's with the same type of guy. If you look at it surface level, it is that. But realistically, throughout it, she is learning things in each song. That is really quite realistic, because when you're recognizing behaviors in yourself and with the types of people that you're surrounding yourself with, realizing your own coping mechanisms and all these things, of course everyone would love to say that that journey is a linear path, but it's not. You stumble, you fall, you repeat the same mistakes, and you learn from them, and then something will come up and it's slightly different, so you're like, maybe that's enough of a difference, and then you make the same mistake. You know, like, that's life. Towards the end of the song, when it says, oh my god, I didn't even notice, there's go put on some clothes. There's the Easter egg. That's also a full circle moment. Love that. But when she says, shit, when did you get here? Go put on some clothes. Like, is she talking about someone else who's just appeared? Is she talking to someone else? Or is she realizing that she's fallen into the same cycle with that same person? You know what I mean? I just feel like there's ways to interpret that. And I think that's cool, because I think there's ways to interpret the album, how certain lines are meant to be taken. And I just like the commentary of like, when is she leaning into character? When is she being herself? When is she purposely being a little abstract about what she's saying? I like that. I really should have said what I was going to say earlier, because I had my thoughts more put together. And honestly, I don't remember exactly how I was gonna phrase it. I think it still shows her personality, her humor, her wittiness. We have all of those things that is very Sabrina, and it kept some of the elements of Short and Sweet, but kind of just, I feel like, kind of focused in a little bit more thematic than, I feel like Short and Sweet was a little bit more experimental in some of the different, not only topics, but also just like the sounds and everything. Whereas I think this one is a little bit more cohesive across it. It almost feels like she picked out the things that she really liked about Short and Sweet, and then leaned in on her self-discovery and also commentary and performance of what is placed upon her or women or within the heteronormative culture. Just all of that, but in a more focused way, and kind of showing those ups and downs and still learning. And I like that it is, a lot of it, it seems very upfront, like you know what you're talking, like you know, but there's enough lines within the songs that it makes you question a bit. And I think that that questioning is what is so important about a record like this, because if someone listens to it and they don't see any nuance at all, I would implore them to listen again and look at the lyrics. And I think the more and more we dig into this, the more and more, specifically some lines that do leave it a little bit more ambiguous on how you take it. And I said it earlier, like I like songs like that, that surface level may seem like something, but it has more to it. I think I need to listen to it a few more times to be able to gather my thoughts and to see if some of the patterns I'm picking up on are valid or not. And I just don't think that's going to happen in a first listen. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. Really hopeful that we'll get another visual, at least like one more visual would be really cool. I don't know if for a 12 album, well, I mean, I guess Short and Sweet had quite a few videos, didn't it? I'd love to get another one at least, but I would be so down for more visuals, because I love her visuals. I think it really adds to the lyrics and conveys the messages and show a little bit more of that nuance. I think that's why Problem Child did make a really great pre-release single and music video, where it's like what she's saying doesn't inherently exclude that she isn't still learning about things. It's like she's prioritizing in the lyrics, maybe bigger issue, and then also acknowledging her own role within that dynamic that she's explaining. I don't know. I just, like I said, I need more time with this, but I really liked it. And I liked that we built off of Short and Sweet. It's hard to say after our first listen. My initial reaction is to say, I think I liked Short and Sweet a little bit, but at the same time, like I just heard this. And because this one is set up differently in the fact that it does have this kind of theme that we're exploring. And while the sound itself is not, like, the sound itself is a little wild, it is kind of all over, but the certain elements are present throughout the entire album that I don't feel like it's fair to. This is a type of album you gotta sit with for a little bit to really see the deeper layers. So I'm excited to do that. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really liked it. I will be purchasing a vinyl, if that helps any. But let me know. I'm sure I missed things, of course. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So as always, let me know, what did I get right? What did I get wrong? What did I miss? And I will see you in the next one. Bye.